G'day patrons, it's Chris and I hope you're well. Now this video is going to be obviously just for you, Patreon only, and a little bit of news and updates on what's happening. There will be a story for Monday's show as well as actually one that will also be publicly released today as well. And a little side note, this video will be one of my standby videos just in case I should go sick, or more likely, hopefully, for December this year when I'm having my little break from YouTube. So I hope you're all well and surviving these crazy lockdowns. Tell you where I'm at. I've been networking out and contacting people, getting connections and setting out the next stories. So lots to say. BMW has confirmed that the BMW i4 and the CEO form, which I've detailed previously on the show, is definitely being released in Q1 in Australia, so that's January next year. So they've got me on the books for a drive event for the i4 and also for a bit of a ride for the CEO4, so that'd be great. I need to touch base again with the guys over at Harley for the live wire. That fell over because of COVID. Yeah, that happens, right? So I hope to get that shot sooner than later. I've organised for this Saturday a test drive as a person from the public, so it's going to be a guerrilla style shooting of the Audi e-tron. Audi don't know this yet. And I've tried to get inroads to any sort of media contact there and have gotten nowhere. So I just figure, hey, I'll do what I did with BMW, and that is I'll go make a video, then I'll get in contact with them and say, hey, look, here's how I treated your product, here's what I said about it. Are you interested in getting a bit more of a story behind this? And that's what I did with BMW. What they do say, do first, apologize later. Definitely you have to do that from time to time. It's looking very likely that Tesla Model Y will be available to order soon for deliveries late this year. This happened like in 2019 where they brought out a few Tesla Model 3s for testing for obviously harmonization of Australian road conditions, maybe for also Australian testing regarding safety. So exciting times ahead, and every time before I shoot any of these I actually check Tesla's website to see if there's any updates on the Model Y, because as soon as that comes out you got to get some news out there. You really do. This Sunday, just on a bit of a side note whilst I'm thinking about it, I'll be heading back down to Geelong. It's near my birthday, that's next Wednesday, it's like a week from today. So I'm heading down to my favourite distillery down there, the Whiskery, to pick up a bottle of my favourite gin. It's a bit of a birthday treat, but doing a family outing, so we're going to do mini golf, head up the Whiskery, go to, what's this donut shop in the Bellarine Peninsula? Forget its name. They're awesome donuts, so yeah, that'll be an afternoon trip on Sunday. And I figure whilst I'm down there, I'll once again try to have a bit of a stop in at the Tesla Big Battery in Victoria. I've successfully touched base with Eyre to their Aviation Group. They're the guys who have got the electric training plane. And they also made news about a month ago. You may have seen the story where they navigated around, I think, South Australia in about 20-something days, but they did, these hops, and it was a bit of an educational video, and it made a world record in the process. Some people criticise them for using a diesel generator to charge up the plane, but let's face it, there's no infrastructure in some of these places. They went to like remote communities. So that's great. Because of COVID restrictions right now and border closures, I can't get there. So that guy, forget his name, I'll put his name on the screen now. He is very happy to accommodate when he can. He is moving the plane to Port Fairy in about a month's time, which is closer than Adelaide. But that said, driving or flying, I don't know. I'm undecided, so I'll keep you updated on that as I can organise it. That's going to be awesome fun stuff indeed. Also, the Electro Group has reached out to me again. I touched base with these guys, I think to early last year. Did one of the stories. I'm certain I've done one of the stories on this group's work. So they cover now aeronautical stuff, water-based, so nautic, and as well as base. So the aviation offerings, they've got like the world's first SAE compliant aviation charger, and this electric microlight. Fun stuff indeed. They also had this awesome looking electric hydrofoil. I really want to try this. I really do. It's got like a retractable hydrofoil, and wouldn't it be nice if, like, when you go to the beach and you're not bothered by the conventional jet ski sounds, and you know how loud those engines can be? Yeah, very annoying. And because also this group is located over in WA, Joshua Portlock from the Electro Group, he's like the Chief Technology Officer. He tells me they've got a new division to their business, the Electro Base, and they've got like 3 different products here for construction. So they've got a battery electric trailer to provide mobile power solutions to work sites. They've obviously got a lot of IP around the firmware and electronic software offerings for different charging solutions and even more. And because those guys are over in WA, and that's the state who I say that if you sneeze, they'll close the borders. Right, Nigel? It's I can't get over there. So I'll do a Zoom sort of interview with them and hopefully get a lot of B-roll like you've seen just now. And it'll be great to actually do a story on the different products that they offer and just raise some awareness that this is an Australian company. And they've got the WA branch over there. They've also got a US office as well. And I think these guys will do extremely well. They really will. So that's caught you up to speed on, sort of what stories I've got in the pipeline and what I'm planning on doing. This Friday, I hope to get to the golden producer levels, my MG ZSEV review, and so watch out for that. All other levels of Patreon, you'll get that next week, most likely on Monday or Tuesday, for release next Friday. I'm going to shoot now a story that will be for Monday's show, and there'll be one that we public at the same time today. So that'll be 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Alright, hope you're all well and stay safe. Hey, I'll let you know a little dirty secret of mine. Come closer. Closer. I like motorsports. But come on, it's exciting to watch, right? But what I really want to see is all forms of it. Formula 1, MotoGP, World Rally, all of them go electric. And that's why I'm getting excited to see this. A souped up BMW i4. This thing's been made by BMW M GmbH. They're like a subsidiary of BMW AG who manufacture high performance cars. And what they've done is they've converted a BMW i4 into a performance variant that will be used as a safety car, premiering at the Grand Prix in Austria August 15. This BMW i4 will replace the i8 safety car, which previously led the field in the electric motorcycle series. And the new safety car for Moto E World Cup is based on the BMW i4 M50, but souped up a little with dual electric motors generating a total power output of 400 kilowatts or 544 horsepower. This is great and something that racing fans will start to see more and more of, and you know what that means. People converting to the idea of going electric because if they see something like this that is able to keep up with those crazy fast bikes, I have no doubt that people will shift to electric vehicles sooner than later. You caught me! Yes, officer. I was just trying to steal some credit card details and electricity. Whilst I'd like to think that the world is full of well-meaning people, unfortunately, there is always a dollar to be exploited somewhere and a vulnerability to disrupt vital infrastructure. Which is why you have good Samaritans, like white hat hackers. They're typically cybersecurity experts, and like my brother's one, hi Andrew if you watch him, and they perform penetration testing and other methodologies to see if companies' products, software, hardware is actually safe from nasty people. And thankfully this last week we learned that UK cybersecurity company Pentest Partners identified several vulnerabilities in programming of 6 home electric vehicle charging brands as well as a large public EV charging company. And I mean large. Here's some details. Home Chargers, Wallbox, EV Box, Project EV, EO Charging's EO Hub and EO Mini Pro 2 were all found to have significant weaknesses that will enable someone to hijack a user's account, stop charging, or even, get this, turn the charger into a backdoor into the homeowner's network. The reasons were many, with full details in the link below. It was essentially because of either sloppy coding or use of like Raspberry Pi chipboards that have known weaknesses and vulnerabilities. I mean, seriously, Raspberry Pi, can you remind me again why we pay more than $1,000 for these things? The big story here is that they found it might be possible to hack in to ChargePoint. Yes, this massive company with 150,000 chargers across the US, Europe and elsewhere, plus quite possibly hundreds of thousands of user accounts. Pentest Partners identified that they could attach one user's account to another and obtain a free charge on someone else's money. Imagine that. What do you mean I charged 20 times last month? How much? Yikes, right? This exploit is bad on many levels and it goes something like this. Public charging companies might use Open Charge Point Interface or OCPI so that a user with one account on one charge provider's system can use another provider's system and be cross-billed. Think of it like international roaming for smartphones. But through some simple hacking, the consequences of this are remarkable, such as theft of electricity by an account compromise, preventing maybe a legitimate user from charging by sending messages to stop the charger, and a huge one, stopping charging across many chargers. I should note that Pentest Partners notified manufacturers and ChargePoint, and most issues have been resolved. However, not all of them have. So please, have a read of this article, make sure you've updated your charger's firmware, and stay on top of your bill. Check it regularly and ensure that there's no erroneous charges in there.